Welcome to week one of the August season here tonight on Thursday Night Thunder. And ladies and gentlemen, the champ is in the house. Josh Rhodes in the all-new Excaliber, ready to defend the championship flag here tonight, week one of the August season. Also, we've got several new rookies debuting here tonight. Week one of the August season is going to show some new faces here on the MTA track, along with some brand new trucks. Not to mention, it's going to be the return here tonight of the Phenom, Rich Wagner, back behind the wheel of the Gravedigger, here tonight on Thursday Night Thunder, representing the Renegades Motorsports race team. Also, speaking of teams, we're going to jump over to the team rivalry that we're all staring at on Thunder. It's going to be Crush This taking on Renegades. Mitch Brown behind the wheel of Bigfoot, driving for Renegades, and Colt Cobra behind the wheel of Snakebite. He's representing Crush This. And here's how round one action is going to be shaking down here tonight as we kick off an all-new season. Looking at the top left-hand corner of your screen, it's going to be a look at 𝐬𝐿 coming back in Recreation. They're going to go one-on-one with Jimmy Cartwright and the Shaker Machine, and then we're going to see Boss Gator go one-on-one with your boy Shaggy, Matt Cheever, and Gravedigger the Legend. And up first at the line, Jim Cartwright back here tonight on Thursday Night Thunder. He's trying to take Shaker to victory lane here tonight, but last time out we saw 𝐬𝐿 over on Smashdown. The all-new Recreation Machine did very well over there, so we've got a couple of great new drivers making their impact here tonight on week one of the August season of Thunder. Both these drivers are staged now and ready to go. Who's going to be moving on in a round two competition? Shaker taking on Recreation. It's anybody's ball game. Here's the green light now, and down the straightaway they go. The Shaker's got a hold job, and Recreation's coming back on him now. What a finish here tonight in round one. And it was an incredible matchup all the way down to the shutdown area. Not sure who got the win from over here in the booth. We're going to go back and look at the MTA photo finish. Your winner in round one is going to be 𝐬𝐿 in Recreation, taking out the Shaker Machine here in round one. But next up, coming to the line, it's your boy Shaggy, Matt Cheever, and Gravedigger the Legend. We saw him get a big-time win on Smashdown just a couple of weeks ago. He will now take on Austin Spence. He's driving the Boss Gator here tonight on Thunder. He's out here representing the Crush This Motorsports race team, trying to get a big win out of their resume. Their current champion is Josh Rhodes in Excaliber. He holds on to the Thursday Night Thunder Championship flag. Here's the green light now, and down the straightaway, the Gator's got a lead on him. Here comes your boy Shaggy on the inside. What a race it is. As Shaggy, man, just had a nice comeback on the Boss Gator. Going over the last set of cars, ladies and gentlemen, Austin Spence had a lead on him pretty much the whole way down. And now as we look at the MTA photo finish, your winner in round one will be Gravedigger the Legend over Boss Gator. And now we're heading down to the pit area with your boy Matt Cheever. Is Gravedigger the Legend running well tonight?
Yeah, we really knew we had our hands full walking into this season of Thunder. I mean, there was 3 drivers from Renegades and 3 drivers from Crush This. Something had to be done. Somebody had to step up to the plate. And with as many wins as Crush This had last season, in the July season, somebody had to put them on the trailer, and quick. Now, it looks like the only thing they're going to be crushing now is the seat cushions up in the stands. Hey, boys, enjoy the popcorn and watch me do my thing.
Well, the Crush This boys better get some extra butter on that popcorn, because we're in for a long night. And right now, we're back with more round one action. Lower left-hand side of your screen, the NWO come in to take on Son of a Digger. Then we're looking at new kid on the block, Caleb Parks in the pink and black Monster Patrol, about to go one-on-one with Spider-Man here in the continuance of round one. And right now, Dale Durham back with the Wolfpack, NWO. He's ready to go one-on-one with Ethan Wagner, a multiple-time champion out here on the MTA YouTube channel. He's ready to rock this house here tonight, all the way out of Poplar Branch, North Carolina, on the outside lane. Dale Durham, he's been out here one time before in the old NWO machine, still getting his feet wet on the circuit. We'll see what he's got against the veteran and Ethan Wagner on that far lane. Stage at the line, here comes the green light down the straightaway. NWO got a jump, but here comes Son of a Digger now on the outside. And Ethan Wagner showing the rookie what's up here tonight as he puts NWO on the trailer after round one, and Son of a Digger comes back for the next round. And next up here tonight, it's the debut of Caleb Parks in the pink and black attack Monster Patrol out of St. Paul, Minnesota, ready now to take on Colton Hotchkiss in the Spider-Man, the 1953 Cheetah, customized over here on the inside lane. Now, Colton Hotchkiss has been out here several times before. He's still looking for that big-time championship win. Is tonight gonna be his night against the new kid on the block inside of the Monster Patrol? Here's the green light down the straightaway. They go side by side. A good race up and over the cars now. What a ride for both drivers as they hit the RVs down there inside of the shutdown area. Monster Patrol plows right through it as we got to go back and check out the MTA photo finish to find out who actually got the win in round one. And it looks like it's going to be Kayla Parks in the Monster Patrol. She will put Spider-Man on the trailer early. Talk about announcing your presence here on the YouTube channel. And right now, we're looking at how round one action's breaking down even more. Top right-hand corner of your screen, Downtown Mitch Brown and Bigfoot going to go one-on-one with Vendetta. Then we're going to be taking a look at the Idaho Wildman, Chris Walker's and Obsessed. He's going to be taking on none other than the High Roller Machine driven by 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞. And right now, Downtown Mitch Brown returning for the first time in a long time. He's back in Bigfoot. He's ready to take on new kid on the block, Jack Trimboli over here in the Vendetta Machine, trying to make a name for himself, but it's going to be hard to do because old Downtown Mitch Brown has been clanging and banging up and down these roads on the MTA circuit since 2020. Boat truck stage, here's the green light down the straightaway. They go. Bigfoot with a lead on him now. Vendetta trying to come up with it, and it's all Downtown Mitch Brown inside of the Bigfoot Machine. The Ford camp out of Pacific, Missouri gets a nice round one victory over Vendetta here tonight in round one. But next up in the competition, it's going to be the return of the Idaho Wildman, Chris Walker's and Obsessed. He's trying to get a big time win, but 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 makes his MTA debut right here tonight in that beautiful looking high roller forward over there on the outside lane. The first time we have ever seen that truck on the MTA YouTube channel. He's trying to take home a win here tonight in round one, but he's got to go through the Idaho Wildman and Obsessed. It's going to be a battle of the Ford Oval Brigade in round one. Here's the green light down the straightaway they go. Looks like High Roller with a lead on him now. Obsessed trying to come back, gets a little bit off course, and look out, over goes the High Roller in the shutdown area of the track. He got up on top of that van stack and could not bring it around, and he is upside down, ladies and gentlemen. As we go back and look at the photo finish, it wasn't by much. As you can tell, High Roller got him by a nose, but Obsessed was veering off to the inner side of the track. And now we're rushing down to the other side of the track where High Roller has turned it over, and you see a little bit of smoke coming off the exhaust. And right now they're going to be thrashing down in the pits, hopefully to have that High Roller Machine back in action for round two. But coming up next, we're getting ready to close out round one action. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, we're going to be taking a look at Gene Patterson and Snakebite going one-on-one with the Gravedigger. Then it's going to be the return of Monster. He'll take on the champion in Excaliber. And up at the line right now, the Phenom returns. Rich Wagner in the Gravedigger, the MTA Hall of Famer, getting ready to go one-on-one with Colt Cobra. Gene Patterson inside of Snakebite. Now, the Gravedigger out here representing the Renegades Motorsports race team. Over here on the inside lane, Colt Cobra is driving for the Crush This race team. A bitter rivalry set on the MTA YouTube channel. One of them's going to walk away with a victory. The other one is going on the trailer. Stage, Ford and Chevrolet, the green lights go down. They're side by side down the straightaway. A shootout to the finish line. A great matchup as Patterson spins it out inside of the shutdown area. He got down there on top of the big end and kind of shoved it into the wall, but Snakebite may have gotten the win. We look at the photo finish, and your winner will be Colt Cobra and Snakebite. He puts the Gravedigger on the trailer here tonight in round one. But now we're setting ready to close out round one action. The Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, returns after a win over on the last episode of Revolution. That's what got his spot into the new season of Thunder. He's over here now, ready to take on the reigning and defending Thursday Night Thunder champion, Josh Rhodes in Excaliber, another representative of the Crush This race team. He's now staged with the square body Chevrolet on the inside lane. Here's the green light now down the straightaway, the flag on the line. Excaliber with a lead over the cars. Now what a race! And it looks like the Iceman may have just pulled out the upset. And as we saw earlier tonight, Crush This got one up on Renegades when they knocked off the Gravedigger, and now it may be the other way around. Did the Renegades just upset Crush This? And indeed they do. We're going to crown a new champion here tonight. The Iceman and the Monster Machine moves on in a round two. But right now we're heading down to the pit area to catch up with Crush This driver, Colt Cobra and Snakebite.
Hello out there, Thunder fans. Smashdown didn't go quite the way we expected it this past week. It's Thursday night, and we're coming back. That's right. The Crush This Monster Truck team, we're after you, Renegades. That's right. Keyboard racers, beware. Colt Cobra's in the house. We're about to bring the smack down. That's right, it's Thunder. What you gonna do when Gravedigger goes down by the Colt Cobra racing team tonight? Crush This rules.
Well, there you have it. Colt Cobra laying down the law here tonight, telling you, you better fear the Fang out here on Thursday Night Thunder. Now we're back and ready for the round 2 competition. We're going to be taking a look at 𝐬𝐿 and Recreation take on Gravedigger the Legend, and then Ethan Wagner returns inside of Son of a Digger to take on New Kid on the Block, Caleb Parks, and the Pink and Black Monster Patrol. Now coming to the line is 𝐬𝐿, the Recreation Machine, which debuted just a couple of months ago, had an awesome impact out there on SmackDown, but now draws up against a long-time MTA veteran. It's your boy Shaggy Matt Cheever, Gravedigger the Legend. We heard from him at the top of the show. We're seeing what he's got here tonight. He's advanced on into round 2. We're going to see what he's got against Recreation here tonight. Both trucks staged and ready to go. Who's going to semis? Green light drop down on the line. They're side by side. A good race thus far through no man's land. And what a shootout all the way down to the finish line as Recreation tags the wall down there on top of the big end of the track. We're going to have to go back and check out the MTA photo finish. Your winner is your boy Shaggy Matt Cheever by a tire length over Recreation here tonight. What an incredible matchup, and props to 𝐬𝐿 for hanging down with a veteran. But now we move along in round 2. Caleb Parks, the new kid on the block, back in the Monster Patrol, ready to take on a longtime veteran, Ethan Wagner, out of Poplar Branch, North Carolina. Son of a Digger ready to go over here on the inside lane, trying to get another championship win added to his resume. He's got to go through the new kid and Caleb Parks and Monster Patrol, who seem to be running strong in round 1. Here's the green light down the straightaway. Monster Patrol with the lead now. Here comes Son of a Digger. Ethan Wagner in trouble. Look out. What a ride. And the wheels have come off of Son of a Digger down inside of the shutdown area. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know how to call that. What had just happened down there as he was trying to chase down the Monster Patrol. She had a lead on him down the straightaway. He knew he had to get the job done and put the horsepower down on the track, and it looks like he's lost the entire front axle at a Son of a Digger. We're going to go back up and take another look. As we were just talking about, Monster Patrol had the lead on him down the straightaway. Here comes Son of a Digger now on the inside lane. Settles it down in no man's land. Right here coming to the line. He gets the win and then hits the van stack right there in the shutdown area, and the entire front axle pretty much exploded off the front of that truck. What a way to go out here tonight. And now our MTA track crew and officials are down there. They're having a hard time getting them off the top of that van stack. You see the skid steer down there with the tire raised up on the pallet forks, but the loader is having a hard time getting them off, obviously with no front axle. What a ride for Son of a Digger, but they've got him now back down in the pit area, and from what we can tell when talking to the crew chief, he is not going to be able to come back for the semifinal competition. Understandably so, he's missing the entire front end of that truck. So Caleb Parks and Monster Patrol will advance on and take the place of Son of a Digger here tonight. What an incredible ride that was, and this is how the other side of round 2 action is going to be shaken down. Mitch Brown and Bigfoot will be coming back. He's going to be taking on the high roller with new kid on the block, 𝐻𝐿𝐿 behind the wheel. Then we're going to take a look at Gene Patterson and Snakebite. He's coming back to take on Jeffrey Skipper in Monster Energy. So a great matchup between Renegades and Crush This. But right now, downtown Mitch Brown and Bigfoot, he's back for the first time in a long time on the MTA YouTube channel. Bigfoot seemed dialed in. However, so did new kid on the block, 𝐻𝐿𝐿, in the all-new high roller, which makes its debut here tonight. We saw him have a bad, fast run earlier tonight in round 1. He would now draw up against the big bad Ford out of Pacific, Missouri. It's a forward oval shootout. Here's the green light down the straightaway. Side by side, they go up and over the cars. Now Bigfoot, what a ride for Mitch Brown. Did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? He set that truck for all it was worth. It landed on the back of the chassis, a hard lick right there for downtown Mitch Brown. As we go back and take another look at this, ladies and gentlemen, off the line, both drivers cutting incredible light, seemingly side by side down the straightaway. They go up and over the first jump. Bigfoot puts down the horsepower and goes straight up and down, and right there at the line, way too close to call from up here in the booth. But the real question is Bigfoot going to be able to come back after the hard shot he took right there on the back of the chassis going over the last set of cars? And now our MTA track crew officials have rushed down there. They got him out of the truck. He's good to go. All the safety equipment doing what it had to do here tonight as he tried to chase down High Roller on the big end of the track. They've got him right side up, but now as they get the loader unhooked from the truck, we're seeing that they've got a fuel cell issue going on with Bigfoot. The hard lick on the back of the chassis has ruptured the fuel cell, so Bigfoot will be out of competition as well, and that race was one too close to call here tonight. But Bigfoot will be on the trailer and High Roller will come back. in our semifinal competition. But right now we're moving right along with round 2, the last matchup. 𝐾𝐿 is back here tonight inside of Snakebite out of Cobra Creek, Colorado. He's going to be taking on the Iceman, Jeffrey Skipper, Monster Energy. This is where things get tricky, ladies and gentlemen. The rivalry was renewed here tonight earlier in round 1, but now Renegades will be taking on Crush This. Monster Energy takes on Snakebite. Here's the green light down the straightaway. Monster Energy with the whole shot. Here comes 𝐾𝐿 on the inside lane. What a matchup here tonight. An incredible round 2 race between Snakebite and Monster Energy. Way too close to call once again from up here in the booth. We're going to have to break this down on a replay. And down the straightaway, Monster Energy looked like he got the whole shot. Here comes 𝐾𝐿 on the inside lane. He put down the 4 BDS power up and over no man's land now. Settles it down, and right there, you see it. We put the line on the screen. Snakebite will get the win by mere inches over Monster Energy. So Crush This takes out another Renegades Motorsports race team representative in the Monster Energy machine. So Snakebite will advance on into our semifinal competition. Here's how that's going to be breaking down. Your boy Matt Cheever, Gravedigger the Legend, is coming back. He'll be taking on Caleb Parks and Monster Patrol. Then we're seeing 𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵 and High Roller. He's going to be going one-on-one with Gene Patterson and Snakebite. 4 trucks remain in this competition to kick off the August season. Your boy Shaggy and Matt Cheever, Gravedigger the Legend's back at the starting line. He's going to be taking on Caleb Parks and Monster Patrol, who just had a wild matchup against Ethan Wagner. Now, wait a minute. I don't know. But Gravedigger, the Legend, is over here on the inside lane. He's trying to get a big-time win out here tonight, but the new kid in the Monster Patrol making a big name for herself. Staged up the line. Here's the green light to kick off semis. The Legend got a whole shot. Monster Patrol coming back on the big end. Keeps it under control. She got a little wild down there in the shutdown area. What an incredible matchup that was. But Gravedigger, the Legend, looks like he got it. As we go down to the photo finish, your winner in semifinals is going to be Matt Cheever. Gravedigger, the Legend, by inches here tonight. He'll put Monster Patrol on the trailer in semis. But now as we move right along with semifinal action, new kid on the block, 𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵 in the all-new High Roller, which debuted here tonight, is making a pretty good name for himself. He now draws up against the Legend himself, 𝐾𝐿 in the supercharged BDS-powered Brass Eagle Snakebite, all the way out of Cobra Creek, Colorado on the outside lane. He's driving for the Crush This race team, would want nothing more than to bring them home a championship win here tonight. 2 Ford Oval power plants at the top of the track. Here's the green light to close out semifinals side by side, up and over the car. Now what a race, and both drivers letting it all hang out as High Roller gets into the wall down on the big end of the track. Way too close to call from up here in the booth. We're going to have to go down and check out the MTA photo finish. Your winner in semis is going to be 𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵 in the all-new High Roller. He'll put 𝐾𝐿 in Snakebite on the trailer here tonight right after semifinal competition, and that is going to set up the final round showdown. Matt Cheever, Gravedigger, the Legend, 𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵, who debuted here tonight, is in the finals with High Roller, and as you can tell, he is ready to rock and roll on this house here to kick off the August season. He's ready to throw down against one of the best to ever do it. Even if you're talking about upside down, Shaggy is an absolute legend inside of Gravedigger, the Legend, over here on the inside lane. We'll see what he's got. Can he keep it on all 4 tires here tonight to close out the show? We're about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, the August season kicks off with one of these drivers taking on the win. Here's the green light now. It's showtime down the straightaway side by side. High Roller with the lead, and the Legend's right there with him. What a matchup as High Roller dumps it over on the shutdown area of the track. What an incredible matchup here tonight. We are not sure who got the racing win. It was way too close to call once again. These drivers are letting it all hang out here to kick off the August season. The summer heat is playing havoc on these trucks. Down the straightaway they go on our replay. They're side by side now, up and over the first jump. They settle it down here in no man's land. Shoot out to the finish line, and right there you see it. Matt Cheever, Gravedigger, the Legend, gets a win out here on Thursday Night Thunder. He puts the new kid on the block who had an awesome run all day long here tonight on Thunder. He goes upside down in the shutdown area. But ladies and gentlemen, at this time, give it up for now a 2-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, your boy Shaggy, Matt Cheever, Gravedigger, the Legend. And now we're heading down to the pit area to catch up with Matt Cheever. He's got a few words to say.
Oh, yes. Oh, boy. Your boy did it. That's right. I guess the saying goes, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. Oh, there was no denying it. I knew going into this season it was going to be a rough one, but to kick it off with a win feels so good. And the rate I was going tonight, oh, you could have lined up every single one of those guys over there and crushed this, and I would have taken them down one by one. And even if 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 would have showed up with his brand new spiffy little ride, I still would have had. I don't think he could have stopped me. The school, this Uncle Shaggy's School of Driving is in full force this month, baby. That's right. And speaking of the school, hey, 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, class dismissed.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a word from our winner here tonight. I'll be interested to see what the Crush This fellas have to say about that win here tonight. Nonetheless, thank you guys so much for joining us for another wicked awesome episode of Thursday Night Thunder. Thank you guys for riding with us. As always, be sure to crush that subscribe button, and we'll catch you down the road.